Hey, Halfmilesniper here on vacation in Hawaii. And I want to talk about my experience of being able to carry a gun, concealed weapon, while here. So, y'all sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. So, by nature of my prior profession, I guess you could say being one of the king's men, I have the ability to pretty much carry everywhere. Hawaii does not recognize any other state's CCWs. While other states recognize Hawaii's CCW, Hawaii has no reciprocity with any of the other states. As we all know, Hawaii's been in the news for their CCW issuance. I think mostly that was on in Honolulu, not over here in Maui. And, well, Supreme Court says, no, they got to issue some. I know there's CCWs issued on Maui. I don't know how many. But for me, based on my prior profession, I get to carry under the LEOSA or HR 218 Act that allows retired law enforcement to continue to carry concealed once they retire. So knowing I was going to be coming out here on my vacation, first thing I did was I contacted Maui PD and said, hey, retired agent coming out on vacation. I will be carrying under LEOSA. Are there any special hoops I have to jump through in Hawaii? And to my surprise, there was. Even though I can carry anywhere because of my prior profession, when I came to Hawaii, I still had to register my carry gun in Hawaii. And that the process was actually pretty simple, but it's way more process and should have to be done for to exercise a right. So before I talk about that, real quick, I don't know if we can see that, but I can try to zoom in out there, but cruise ship coming into the harbor. So it's what I had to do, and I'll try to get a picture of the Maui PD. So if other retired coppers are coming out here and they're carrying, let me just warn you, if you're caught on Hawaii with an unregistered gun, it is a felony. The process to register was probably about 15 minutes, maybe 20. But my first stop upon landing here is we went to Maui PD. So that's the main door for Maui PD, where you go to start your gun registration. After you finish your paperwork there, you come across the courtyard and you go over there for your live scan and photographs. Then you come back over here and you get your registration paperwork. This is Maui PD. Went inside. Got to show up with your gun in an unloaded manner, and make sure you bring your retired LE credentials, passport or birth certificate, and a cashier's check or money order for $42 made out, if you're coming to Maui, made out to the County of Maui Department of Finance. They took my money, took my creds, took my passport, took my gun, went into the back, had to fill out a piece of paper real quick. It was almost like a 4473. sign off on it. I suppose they ran my gun, make sure it wasn't stolen. Then they came back, gave me another piece of paper, and I had to go across the courtyard, go get a live scan real quick. I'm sure they ran a background check on me. They took my picture, took my fingerprints, went back to the main building, and they handed me my gun and said, have a nice vacation. That went pretty well. For those who aren't retired law enforcement, there's a lot of hunting here on the island, and the same rules apply if you're coming here to go for a hunt, whether it's a bird hunt or a deer hunt or a pig hunt. Within 5 days of getting here, your weapon has to be registered with the state, with the county, and you got to go through the same process. Got to fill out the paperwork. They got to check out your gun. Got to show your proof of citizenship. You got to get live scanned. And if you get caught with an unregistered gun by the game wardens, guess what? It's a felony as well. Now, on the downside, next time I come back to visit my family that lives here, if I bring a different gun, I have to go through that whole process again. If I bring the same gun, I'm golden because it's already registered here. So, yeah, it wasn't a difficult process. It was a process one shouldn't have to do to exercise a right, and hopefully the Supreme Court will get their act together and get that all quashed and affirm that the Second Amendment is a right that cannot be restricted and can't be made to jump through hoops to exercise your right. I shouldn't get off on a rant. What I will do is I got a couple of video clips that I took from some of the touristy things that my wife and I did while we were here in Hawaii. And I'll cut those in and let y'all see some of the stuff I did. But I'll do that after we talk about the gun range. So while Hawaii in general, the government seems to be very anti-gun, there are a lot of shooters here. And there is actually a county range on the other side of the island. And we cruised out there yesterday and talked with the folks at the range. And while it's a county firing range, it's not open to the public. It's a county park that isn't open to the public. You have to be a member of one of the multitude of gun clubs that they have here on the island in order to use that range, and you can only use that range on the day your gun club has permission to use that range. I had hoped that because of the nature of the work my sister does, she is going to try to get her CCW here in Hawaii. And we talked about a gun I felt she should probably go for, and I wanted her to shoot my gun. But we couldn't do that because, well, they don't belong to a gun club here yet. But we did go out. We talked with the range. We found out there's a couple of ranges down here in town. One of them's indoor range, might only have 2 lanes, but there's 2 or 3 ranges on this side of the island, and but they're private ranges. And then there's the county range on the other side of the island. And I would describe it as a nice primitive range. They have a classroom, they have a shotgun range, they have the law enforcement range, they have the pistol bay, and then they have a rifle bay. So when we went out yesterday, we talked with the guys who were putting on a class for the RSO program, training up some range safety officers. There was no shooting at all that when we went, but we did get an opportunity to at least walk out onto the pistol bay to take a look at it. So when they do get membership in a gun club and I come back out here next time, we can maybe go out and do some shooting together. But I would call it a really nice primitive range. They have a classroom, they have the four bays, shotgun, pistol, rifle, and law enforcement. I grabbed some as you can see, some video here of the pistol bay and the law enforcement bay. We even got a rare pair of nene on the video. My sister, as long as she's been here, has never seen one up close like that. Knows all about them, but never seen one up close. There's, like I said, there's a lot of shooters, but they've got it kind of locked down. So this is the county range in Maui. It's not a public range, but it's a county range, and you've got to be a member of a club, and the clubs get specific days out here. And yeah, a lot of shooters here on the island, even though this state's a very blue state and doing everything they can to not let people exercise their gun rights. And this is the LE Bay at that same range. Oh, look, a nene. It's same range. So they got it set up, but it's for law enforcement only. And that's all that gets used. And if you are law enforcement and you're on the bay, you got to have a Maui PD RSO working with you. So besides the pistol bay and the LE bay, they got a shotgun bay over here for trap field and sporting clays. And then pretty sure on the far side there's one more bay for rifle. So that's my brief vacation in a nutshell. I'll give you all a quick look around before we do some sightseeing stuff on video here for you. It's a nice place. The weather's been interesting. It's been reasonably warm. Had a little bit of rain every day, a little bit of sun. I haven't even broke a sweat here, and the coastal breezes, or I guess in this case trade winds, not coastal breezes, but trade winds, keep it very temperate. Not too bad. Give you a quick look around and we'll close out. So out there, that's the cruise ship that we saw when we first started out. It took them a while to get in. Looks like they're almost done docking. This is the north side of the island. And if we look over here, over there, that cloud structure kind of looks like there might be some landmass and clouds together. Well, that's Haleakala. That's a little over 10,000 feet high up there, and it's a little bit on the chilly side. Over here to the westish, never mind the papaya tree, over here to the westish, we got some other mountains, and I'm looking at those mountains going, that would be some rugged terrain to try hunting. So that's it in a nutshell. If any of y'all come out to Hawaii for hunting, make sure you follow their rules. Get your guns registered right away. If any of y'all are LE and you're carrying a personal gun, make sure you register your gun when you get here. If you're carrying a department gun, I'm not sure on that one. I didn't bother to ask because didn't want to stir up any hornet's nests. And if you're retired LE, make sure and you're going to carry a gun, make sure you have your retired credentials, your passport or birth certificate, and that check for $42 to cashier's check or money order for $42 to the county of Maui. Okay, this had absolutely nothing to do with actually shooting, just me talking. So with all that being said, as always, carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need one. If you're in a constitutional carry state, no reason not to get one. But I would anyways, because you may travel. You never know. And if you're traveling to a deep blue state that really, really, really doesn't like guns, make sure you play by their rules so as not to get jammed up. As always, thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. I really appreciate that. I also remind y'all all the time, y'all stay safe, keep shooting, we'll catch you next time.
Send it. Hit.